top 3 reasons why you are not selling anything or nobody's buying anything from you. The number one reason is because you are not sold yourself. All right. So I think ultimately this comes from a belief that your product, service, or offer, whatever it is truly the best of the best. And if it's not, then like, how are you going to be sold on, like, how are you going to expect somebody else to buy? I think that's a common kind of state of mind that I've been in before, where, like I said, like just knowing that I didn't have a solid system or trying to convince somebody to do what I did, I wasn't sold on that, because from just previous attempts of trying to get somebody to believe in whatever it is that I was trying to get them to believe in, and just really knowing that more than likely they weren't going to put in the same amount of effort that I put in, so I just couldn't get behind that of being sold myself. So that's why I've been trying to develop and have developed a system that I truly believe that people can be plugged into. And what happens is, like, your confidence will build up when you're sold yourself. And to the degree that you are sold, it'll transfer over to others. So number 2 is never attempting to close. So this is, I think, leads into, or the first one, you being not sold yourself, leads into the second one. Because if you're not sold yourself, then more than likely you're never going to even attempt to make the close, right? I have this, and by the way, a lot of this closing information is coming from The Closer's Survival Guide by Grant Cardone. But this is one of the quotes in the book. It says it's better to get a no because you asked than no response because you didn't. Push yourself to attempt the close, be willing to fail, be willing to get the no, and you will be shocked at the number of people that will close just because they were asked. That's powerful stuff right there, y'all. So yeah, I mean, that's like it sounds like a no-brainer, but I mean, I've been there before, and like I've talked to my other partners and other team members, distributors, and just asked them, like, have you asked them to buy from you? And it's crazy, but I think that's actually the number. Well, it's number 2, because you can't get there. You can't get to the point of asking somebody for a sale if you're not sold on it yourself. Or, I mean, maybe you can do that for a while, but afterwards you'll get discouraged because it's just not going to happen. And then the third thing, say you get to the second point where you actually ask somebody to buy. I think the third thing, or third reason why that you're not selling anything or nobody's buying anything from you, is from treating complaints as objections. So just because somebody has something to say after you ask them to buy from you, like, oh, it's too expensive or whatever it is, got to do it later because I got work. Try next time just treating it like as a complaint. So here's one of the closes that's in the book, is like, say for instance, it's too expensive. You acknowledge it as a complaint. You're like, I agree, it's expensive. Let's do it anyways. That's one of the closes. But that's a good way to kind of like flesh out to see if it is an actual objection or if it's just a complaint. Because just because somebody's complaining or responding emotionally towards it doesn't necessarily mean that they aren't into or they aren't willing to buy. It's just something that they're expressing to you, much like the weather. You're just like, it's cold outside, it's just, it could just be acknowledging something. And then what you do is you just acknowledge back, agree, or I understand. And then you just continue. Then you just ask them, they're just like, let's do it anyways. So that is it. Those are the 3 top reasons nobody's buying from you or you're not selling anything. The first one, again, was you're not sold yourself. So again, I think that comes from just to be sold. You got to at the core level of your being, you have to know that whatever it is that you're offering is the greatest thing since sliced butter. And then number 2, you got to attempt the close. At least you got to be able to get a no. I mean, yeah, you got to be able to, you got to be willing to fail. And then third is treating complaints as objections. Just because they're complaining doesn't mean that it's a no. So that is it for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys are getting value from these and enjoying them. I'm doing my free train every Saturday at 11 a.m. So tune into that, and we'll dive deep into all the different topics that I'm talking about. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Share this with somebody. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next one.